proud to broadcast high school athletics
Online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media.
Banks, Oregon.
Banks Braves High School Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling, brought to you by Andy McNabb Allstate, Banks Post Newspaper, Chris Ressick of Edward Jones Financial Forest Grove, EconoFab Pole Buildings, Jason Bond Remodeling, Jim's Market, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery of Hillsborough, Main Street Pizza, Northside Rock, Oregon Army National Guard, Oregon Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.
excited. They've got a new head coach who's familiar. He's been in the program. He knows the culture. He knows that this Gladstone family, this football family, they want to win. They want to be in championship games. He's got them refocused. He's brought in some reinforcements in his coaching staff to help them. They are hungry. They are ready. They believe they are a contender for the 4A state title. They believe they can get back and play Marshfield. Maybe it's Banks. I really don't think that this is going to be the first time this season that these two schools are going to meet in 2021. I really believe that. It's going to be a fun one tonight, I think, and I think it's just the first of maybe two this season between these two teams.
Banks last year finishing as the unofficial fifth place team in Oregon 4A as they thumped Cascade 56-28 here at home, their only home game of the season last year. We'll take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the Lee's keys to the game, some of the key areas for both teams tonight, presented by Sarah Hesselman and Keller Williams.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back. Jonathan Lee's keys to the game. Jonathan?
Well, the first one right there on the list, you see, the first one for me is Friday Night Flippin'. That's what I'm calling it. You know, you got Friday Night Football, Friday Night Lights. No, it's Friday Night Flippin' here for the Banks Braves. And I'm talking about Jamar Flippin'. It's his senior year. It's his time to shine. He's got some interest from Division I schools, but no hard interest yet. No offers, at least, none reported by 24/7 Sports. He needs to stay in the game, keep getting the ball flipped back to him, and then take full advantage of those opportunities when they're given to him. Make it a memorable senior year. Make them notice you, and it starts tonight. 100-plus rush yards, some receiving yards out of the backfield. That's what college scouts and coaches are going to be looking for. He needs to stay composed, and good things can happen for the Banks Braves tonight and this season. So another key for the game is, Chuck. Keep chucking it to Chuck, Sir Charles, or Charlie in charge. What do you need to say about Chuck White? I mean, the simplest way to put it is what you're seeing in the season previous. He's a tight end, offensive player of the year in the conference in 2019. Let that sink in. Tight end, offensive player of the year. Think about that. Over all the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers, he is the guy, not just in the league, but right here, he's the man for the Banks Braves, on and off the field. He's in charge out there. You're a colonel. Command your troops out there, and they will follow. Be in charge, be the charge on offense, and as a linebacker on defense, Chuck in charge. And then, of course, the biggest one, Trevor, is hold that line, or whose line is it anyway? I mean, Coach Linehan has said in camp, it's always a difficult challenge when you lose as many guys on your O-line as Banks did last season. But it's next man up. And, they're ready to, it's going to be who's ready to take that next step. Coach Mario Cristobal, an O-line guy himself, he said it best. The game is won or lost in the trenches. No matter who all the skilled guys are around you, if you don't win the battle on the line of scrimmage, it's going to be impossible or next to impossible for those other guys, those throwers, runners, and pass catchers to do their thing. So who's going to step up, stand in, and dig into the trenches for the Banks Braves this season? Tonight, Taylor Littlejohn and Mogan Kine are just two guys to watch, spoken of by their head coach and the leaders in that room. But there are 5 other guys on that line. Who is going to step up, dig in, and join them? Who else is going to show out and make a name for themselves. Trevor, we shall see.
Well, Jonathan, you mentioned two totally opposite teams, Gladstone with the big line and Banks with some possible line issues, but key players on the offense returning for the Braves in Charlie White and Jamar Flippin both could be players of the year at 4A, definitely first team. Both of those players, Charlie at least top 4A receiver from last year. We'll take a 1-minute break and look at the Wana Credit Union scoreboard for 4A District 1 games going on around the league tonight. We'll be back in 1 minute.
To complement your summer fun, Wana Credit Union is providing rates as low as 2.49% on motorhomes, travel trailers, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. Get more from your summer with a purchase or refinance through Wana Credit Union, or visit wana.fcu.org to get started today. Some restrictions apply. Rates are subject to change. Rates and terms based on applicant's creditworthiness and term of loan. Membership required. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
It's time to take a look at the Wana Credit Union Week 1 4A District 1 football schedule for tonight, Friday, September 3rd, 2021. Tonight, the Cottage Grove Lions are at the Astoria Fishermen. The Philomath Warriors travel to the Valley Catholic Valiants of Beaverton. Milwaukee is at former 4A District 1 member Malala. Newport is at Tillamook. North Marion of Aurora travels to Seaside. And our game here tonight, Banks Braves hosting the Gladstone Gladiators. The 4A District 1 schedule, as we just looked at, presented by Wana Credit Union. Our game tonight, Gladstone versus Banks. Other games going on around the league. Cottage Grove is at Astoria, Milwaukee, and Malala. Milwaukee, a current member of 4A District 1. That will change next year with possible reclassification. Malala, a former member of District 1. That should be an interesting contest. Also tonight, Tillamook hosting Newport. Philomath is at Valley Catholic. All non-league matchups tonight. North Marion travels to Seaside. And that's your other 5 matchups around the Coapa League, or 4A District 1, as it's officially known, with 5A Milwaukee dropping down to play 4A football. Anything you want to add about other games going on tonight around the league?
Well, obviously the interesting thing that sticks out to me in there is you've got 2 new coaches that are making their debuts at their respective schools. Tim Price with Milwaukee making a debut on the road at Malala, so it'll be interesting to see, how the Milwaukee Mustangs are going to look under Price. He comes over, of course, from the PIL, so, he's been in that tough competition in the 6A, now coming down to the 4A. Of course, Milwaukee was in the 5A before they dropped down to 4A. And then, of course, Valley Catholic with all kinds of newness there at Valley Catholic there just off of TV Highway and Murray Boulevard in Beaverton. You got Coach Snyder making his debut as the football coach. They've also got a new athletic director. So a lot of newness there at Valley Catholic, and we'll see what they can do, as they've got a tough test to open up the season against the Philomath Warriors. You want to talk about a tough test. This Gladstone team tonight, if they have any aspirations of making it to the state crown, their first 3 games of the season are really going to determine that, because they've got they're right here at Banks tonight, and then in 2 weeks they're traveling down to Eugene to take on Marist. Oh yeah, and then of course they've got the home opener next week against another opponent from right here in this league, with Astoria coming down there to going over there to.
We'll go ahead and take one more 1-minute break. We have about 6.5 minutes as the Braves come out onto the field. We'll be back in 1 minute after this.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
And we're back. Less than 5 minutes to kick off between the Banks Braves and the Gladstone Gladiators here tonight at Kelly Field, the home field for the Banks Braves. Banks comes out in their freshly cleaned and pressed navy blue uniforms, Vegas gold numerals with white outline, white helmets with the new Vegas gold and blue arrowhead logos on the side, navy blue helmets with the mirrored diamond pattern in Vegas gold across the sides of the pants. Gladstone will be in their road white uniforms, orange numerals with black trim, orange pants, and black helmets. 4 minutes left, Jonathan, before tonight's kickoff. We said we weren't going to talk about it, but we have a little bit of extra time. A lot of preseason polls come out. All SB Live has Banks number 1. Coach's poll has Banks number 3. You said preseason polls, hard to take much weight into those.
Well, because, it varies from season to season. I mean, you take like a team like Banks who, last season they graduated a lot of their offensive line. Gladstone missing a lot of their skilled position players from a year ago. And then, of course, last spring, you don't really have anything to gauge of there. So it's with only a 5 or 6 game season. And, it's just – I always say wait till you play a game and see what you got and then go forward. I mean, it's nice for the fans. It's a good thing for the fans, but, for us who follow it, I mean, yeah.
Time for tonight's national anthem. We'll be back in 1 moment. Oh, say, can you see? I pledge allegiance.
Here we go.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Technical difficulties with tonight's national anthem.
Got to be able to improvise and bring your own. But hey, what a more patriotic scene right there than just everybody in Banks Nation banding together. That's Banks right there. You need nothing to say. That's Banks. We are Banks.
And brave being the last word of the national anthem, the players and the fans.
We are back.
Audio for a moment. We are back. Captains meeting at midfield for tonight's coin toss. Jamar Flippin and Charlie White, I believe, among them.
That's right. Chuck White down there.
Cooper Goebel, number 16, starting quarterback.
There's also a Coke ice truck fundraiser parked over near our captain's quarterback field there. That fundraiser is going to senior graduates as well. It's a nice hot night. Go over there and grab yourself a ton of ice. Please support the concession stands tonight. We have burgers.
Braden Bell, Jamar Flippin, Cooper Goebel, and Chuck White are the captains for the Banks Braves at midfield.
An interesting.
Looks like Banks has won the toss. They have elected to defer to the second half.
An interesting thing we talked about earlier over the phone. Gladstone only has one quarterback in Brady Owen, so if something happens to him, he gets hurt or goes down, it'll be interesting to see what Gladstone does if they go to the Wildcat and maybe just have one of their running backs line up at the quarterback position. So Gladstone will start with the football, moving right to left. Kelly Field moves north and south. Banks High School about 6 miles west, 6 miles off of Highway 26 to the south. Again, key players for the Braves. Cooper Goebel, the senior. Senior quarterback, listed at 6'5", 185. So not a lot of power, but has a lot of, can see over that big offensive line or defensive line for Gladstone. And don't be surprised if he keeps it on a few options with his speed. So Gladstone looks like they have two players back, number 14. That's Tristan Nani, 5'7", 145-pound junior. And to the right side looks like number 2, Christopher Goody, a 5'9", 155-pound senior in Cam Summers' debut. Again, his dad, Doug Summer, former head coach at Gladstone, handling defensive coordinator duties. Also, Paris Penn on that coaching staff, big name from Portland State.
Paris Penn coaching the quarterbacks and helping with offense. We are underway, Trevor.
And the kick is away, taken inside the 5 by Nani to the far side of the field, and hit hard by a big group of tacklers around the 20-yard line, far side. So Gladstone will take over there on the first offensive series of the game, just 10 seconds into the 2021 football season.
In true Brave fashion, they just met the ball carrier right there at the point of attack and just pushed him backwards and said, that's all you're going to get.
Well, no issues that time with special teams defense, at least. We'll see here on this opening drive how Banks' defensive line sets up against the Gladstone offense.
They spot the ball just inside the 20-yard line. That's where Gladstone's going to take over.
Looks like the ball is marked at the 21, 22-yard line. Owen out of shotgun. Play action. Throws out and it's caught. Nearly bobbled, but it's going to be enough for a first down up close to the 35.
Yeah, receiver was wide open there, right there in the flat, just sitting right there, said, give me the ball. And you know, he saw him and he got him right there, and it's a first down on the first play. A good chunk up of about, looks about 12 yards.
And we talked about the matchups on the line. Owen that time had plenty of time to throw and find his wide open receiver in the near flat. Owen again out of shotgun, one back to his left, 3 receivers set. High snap, gives it to Breckbeal, and it's going to be brought down, maybe a half-yard loss. Back right around the 33, 34-yard line. We'll bring up second down and 10 after Gladstone picked up a first down via the pass on their first play.
Yeah, Breckfield initially was hit right there at the line. We talked about, controlling the line of scrimmage, and he sort of bounced back, tried to get another view around the right side, and Banks was saying, not here today. Friend request denied.
Ball at the center of the field, 33-yard line. One back to the right of Owen. Long count. Owen to pass, caught again, but brought down short of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd down and 3, and the first big 3rd down conversion opportunity, both defensively and for the Gladstone offense from their own 40-yard line. Need to get to about the 43 for a first down.
Yeah, we're situated right here for folks at home, right on the 50-yard line. Great seats here, and Gladstone going right to left. 3
receivers set, all to the far side, and they give it to the big back end. He's not going to get there, maybe half a yard, and it's going to be 4th down. And the defensive line has stepped up here big time on 3rd down, as again, I think it was Breckbeal, the ball carrier on that play, didn't get much, and Gladstone, I'm sure here, will punt on 4th and about 4 from their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like Taylor Littlejohn and some of his friends was in there on the play saying, you're going to punt. And that's going to put Jamar Flippin back deep for the Braves.
Jamar's first series, I saw him play as a freshman at Sweet Home. First carry, 5 yards on the final drive of the game. Second carry, 75 yards and a bolt of lightning. He was gone all the way to the house. He has that type of speed, already drawing some interest from a couple of Division I programs, as Jonathan mentioned earlier.
Oregon State, Portland State among them. Also, you got the Fighting Pilates, UC Davis.
Gladstone kicker Aiden Hensley from about his own 30-yard line. Short, may have been partially tipped, and Jamar comes up to take it out. The 30 makes a couple men miss. He has moved room down the far side. 30, he's going to score. Nobody's going to touch him. Touchdown, Jamar Flippin, 70 yards on the kickoff return to start the game for the Braves offense.
What did I say in the pregame show, Trevor? I said, it's your year, it's your senior year, you got to make them notice you. How about a 70-yard house call on a punt return, your first one of the season? I think that's making some notice.
And he had to come up to make that catch, too, because I think that ball was partially tipped. He broke a couple of tackles initially, and then as he was able to break it out to the far side, was able to get some space, and nobody was going to catch him. 6-0 Braves after the big touchdown run off the kickoff, or after the punt from Gladstone with 9:13 left. In the opening quarter, kick is down, and it is up and through, so with 9:13 left, it is now Banks 7, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
And we're back after the Braves take the opening punt off of Gladstone's first series. Jamar Flippin takes it all the way to the house, 70 yards down the far side, 9:13 left. And Jonathan, the only bad thing now is Banks has to give the ball right back to Gladstone. Still has not had an opportunity for a play on offense yet.
Yeah, time for the defense to go out and make another stop again and see if they can get the ball. That's what happens when you're got a team full of playmakers. Your offense gets to, now they're going to get a little antsy though, but Jamar Flippin, who is on that offense, and most of these guys do go both ways here at the 4A level. They got to put in their work, but yeah, you're right. Offense still waiting for their season debut.
So Wyatt Hesselman handling the punting and kicking duties as he did last year. Kick to the far side, and I believe it's actually number 23 on the return, this time not on the roster. Gets the room up the far side, and he's going to get all the way up near midfield, but a flag all the way back around the 25-yard line. We'll see if maybe this is a hold on Gladstone.
Looked like that was Christian
Indication holding, or face mask against Gladstone. So that's going to move Gladstone back almost half the distance to the goal. Flag was thrown at the 26-yard line. Face mask penalty should be a personal foul, which would put it half the distance all the way back inside the 15.
Yeah, that's a huge blow if you're a Gladstone Gladiator. You get some momentum there after, just getting a punt return for a touchdown on you, and then you make a mistake, and it's those kind of mistakes that can haunt you in a game. And here you're all the way back in territory, and you got the Banks Braves looking to pin their ears back and come after you.
Gladstone backing up. They should mark the ball at around the 13-yard line. Flag was thrown just outside the 25, and that's where they'll mark it, about the 13, 14-yard line. Owen again out of shotgun. High snap. Nearly runs into his own player. Scrambling. Broken play. He's going to go down inside the 5, back near the goal line.
Yeah, that's a coverage sack right there. He was like looking for somebody to throw the ball to. Anybody. He just couldn't find anybody. All he saw was a wall of blue.
So second down and long after the big loss on the play for the Gladiators. 8.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Banks with a 7-0 lead despite still not running an offensive play, as Jamar Flippin took the punt off the opening drive from Gladstone, 70 yards to the house. Oh, and the fumble goes out of the back of the end zone. Bad snap, but a flag on the play late. The safety will stand. So now make the score 9-0. Gladstone having all kinds of issues after opening up on a very successful pass play, the first play of the game.
Well,
go ahead.
For a team that has a new offensive line out there, guys wanting to chomp at the bit, they finally get their chance to get in there. If you're looking for an edge when you're finally able to go in there, you got 9 points on the scoreboard. That's certainly going to do it. So we'll see how they're going to block, because now you've got the lead, you've got momentum on your side, and you're looking to dig into the trenches and win that thing, and then keep it going.
We'll see what the flag was. They may have already indicated as we were talking about the safety. So Banks now, again, unless Jamar Flippin is able to return back-to-back kicks for touchdowns, the Braves should see their first offensive series of the game. And Gladstone, I think it's going to be a personal foul penalty against them. They'll tee it up all the way back at their own 20-yard line, so Braves should have the ball up near midfield for their first official offensive series of the game. Coming up at halftime, hope to have some other scores for you from around the state. Our score, Banks 9, Gladstone nothing. Again, the kick from Hensley popped up, this time taken by number 15, Aaron Brown. Gets some room near side, hurdles a defender down the near sideline, finally pushed out hard into the track. I think he stepped out a little bit further back up around the 45. Pretty good view from up here on the near side of the field, but Braves are going to have excellent field position to start their first official series of the game.
Going to spot it at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Banks Braves. Yeah, like you said, excellent field position to start your first offensive possession of the season, and it comes with 8:04 to go in the first quarter.
So Cooper Goebel will bring Jamar Flippin and Chuck White to the line. Set out wide to the near side, number 5, Dylan Smith.
Got Jamar Flippin just off the left of his hip, his left hip.
3 receivers set to the top. Goebel out of shotgun, quick throw out, caught. Oh, Brown caught it and then lost it out of bounds. I think it is incomplete. Caught it, and then as he started to turn upfield, the ball slipped out of bounds into the Gladstone bench. 2nd down and 10.
He saw an opening there. He looked ahead. He saw that opening to the first down and even pay dirt, and he just kind of forgot to catch the ball first. You got to catch the ball, then take off upfield and run with the football. It's the little things that'll drive a coach crazy, but it's fixable.
So this time Chuck White is lined up as an extra blocker, 3 receivers to the near side, and whistles. And officials are going to stop play. Jamar Flippin coming off the field for a moment. Coming in, number 23, Davon Vereen. And officials indicate the clock to start. Goebel scrambles, has issues, and he's going to go down all the way back near the original line of scrimmage. Possibly a fumble. Banks held on to it, but 2 flags in the backfield, and all kinds of interesting stuff going on that play.
Jamar is coming back into the game. Just a little, I think, equipment issue.
Looks like
a little
holding or illegal block in the back against the Braves. So it's going to be 2nd down and long. They're going to mark the football all the way back to the 42. Need to get to about the 24 for a first down, so 2nd down and 18 after the penalty. 4 receivers set, 3 to the near side. Goebel again out of shotgun, flips it to Flippin in the backfield. Not going to get away this time. He's going to get smothered up back near midfield. And we have a little extracurricular activity going on between Dylan Smith and Christopher Goody up field. And that's going to bring up third down and even longer, and Gladstone now in business defensively. Third down and about 24.
Yeah, that was at the quickness and speed of Gladstone coming through. They may not be big on the offense and defense, but one of their strengths is their quickness, their team quickness, and they used it that time.
Not a lot of players listed over 6 foot on this Gladstone roster. Goebel to shotgun, quick throw out to Aaron Brown, makes a man miss, gets a little bit of room, but it's going to be thrown down at the 46, and the Braves will have to punt it away, and hopefully Wyatt Hesselman can pin Gladstone deep to the south end of the field. 6:15 to go, clock moving, first quarter. Braves a 9-0 lead. Did not look too impressive on their opening offensive series. Their 9 points came off of a punt return off of Gladstone's opening series, and then a safety out of the back of the end zone.
Pretty good contingency that traveled over from Clackamas County from Gladstone, Gladiator Nation, across the way behind the Gladstone sidelines, helping out the cause here. Always good to see the sportsmanship on both sides, that support.
So we have a stoppage of play, 5:59 left, officials timeout, looking at an equipment issue, something about the size or the shape of the ball, so they'll get it switched out. Cole Linehan a little bit confused, has his hands out, and
I think Gladstone wanted it, I don't know.
Hesselman standing back at around his own 40. Braves going backwards about 25 yards on their opening drive. Hesselman steps to his right to receive the snap. Good kick. It's a bounce, and it will be down in about the 2-yard line. Excellent job by Wyatt Hesselman. Punt of about 48 yards, or actually from his own 40 plus 10 to the 50, and another 48, so 58 yards on the punt.
Wonderful, wonderful kick. That was a high spiral, just kind of straight down the middle, and just landed like inside the 10-yard line. It took a mighty Banks bounce, and here we go. First and 10 inside the 5 for the Gladiators.
So possibly back-to-back safeties here. Gladstone last possession had the ball inside their own 5-yard line after a botched snap that snapped it out of the end zone on the next play. Gladstone backed up against their own end zone. 5:43 left in the first quarter. Braves a 9-0 lead. Gladstone with one receiver to the top on the far side. Number 13, Cohen Dave, set up near side, and we get a give up the middle to Breck Beal. He's got room off the far side. He's going to get the first down and more, and probably a horse collar. No flag on the play, but was tackled up around the shoulders, but a big gain to get Gladstone out of the shadow of their own end zone. Breck Beal gets the ball all the way up past the 20-yard line to about I think they'll mark it at the 22-yard line far side, where Gladstone will have first and 10 on their third series of the game. Mark the ball just past the 20, first and 10 from the 21 for the Gladiators after the gain of 19 by Breck Beal on the opening play of this series for the Gladiators. Quick throw out of the backfield, near side, and another big gain initially, but Jamar Flippin makes the big tackle on Garrett Finch, who made the catch, but again, close to another first down for Gladstone.
He just wrestled him up like an alligator, grabbed him, flipped him over, and brought him down. He was going no more, but it was for a first down. But
well, it's going to be about a yard short, but again, too much yards given up on early down situations for the Braves defense, but again, a young line. Again, the give to Breck Beal out of the backfield, and again, he has room and breaks tackles, and another first down up close to the 45. Tate Breckbeal, 5'9", 205-pound senior. Have not heard much about him, but the talk coming into tonight's game was all about Jamar Flippin, and Jamar unable to do much offensively, but he does have the 70-yard special teams score. First and 10 Gladstone from their own 43, 44-yard line. Owen out of the backfield. 3 receivers offset near side. Give in the backfield. Big loss to number 14, Tristan Nani. He's going to be hit all the way back behind the 40.
Yeah, that was just breaking right through the line right there at that time. Kind of looked like a jailbreak coming right through and just powered right through to the quarterback sack.
So a loss of 4 on the play. They will mark the ball to the 40-yard line. Second down and long for Gladstone with under 4 minutes left first quarter.
That's a big lift for the Banks defense. Let's see if they can capitalize on it right here.
Oh, and again, low snap, but able to make the snag, and ooh!
Just off his fingers.
Would have been a touchdown if he was able to catch up to it. Cohen Daves unable to catch up with it. In the area defensively for the Braves, Aaron Brown, but Daves had Brown by about a step or step and a half, and I think he would have, Daves probably would have won the foot race, but luckily for the Braves, just overthrown a little bit, and it's going to be third down and long for Gladstone. 3:24 left, clock stops on the incompletion, 9-0 Braves. Owen. Again with, I think it's Breckbeal to his left, 3 receivers offset near side. And flag on the play, and Owen is just going to have to keep it, and he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, but flag thrown on the near side.
False start.
So false start against Gladstone. That penalty will be declined is the indication, obviously, with it being third down. So Braves will most likely force Gladstone into a second punting opportunity. And we know what happened last time Gladstone had to kick it away. Jamar Flippin standing back around the same area he took the last one to the house.
Just standing about the 29-yard line, but right there around his own 30-yard line.
So officials a little late getting balls switched out. I think we're seeing a lot more of that than usual, probably due to COVID. Hensley to kick it away from his own 30. And Flippin makes the catch around the 20, far side, and is finally brought down just past the 30 to the 32. And hopefully the Braves can go forwards this series and not backwards like they did 25 yards last drive.
Yeah, that time the punt from the Gladstone punter, it was a lower trajectory. You can obviously see maybe his coach is like saying, kick it a little bit lower. Obviously gives the Gladiators a chance to get down the field and get everybody back so they close up those lanes that Jamar had last time when he took it to the house.
3:02 left in the first quarter. Braves a 9-0 lead.
Boy, good to see all the fans back in, both for Banks and Gladstone. Fans back in the sidelines here this start the season.
High snap. Goebel able to bring it down, and we talked about his running ability. Stepped out of the pocket and kept it, but isn't going to get much. In fact, he'll lose back to the 30, initial line of scrimmage, the 32. It'll be second down and long.
Yeah, he had his eyes looking downfield. He saw that his man was covered, and he tried to turn it back to the right side, and defender was just right there. Just wrapped him up. He had no chance.
They are going to give him forward progress back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10, 2.5 minutes left first quarter. 3 receivers set, 2 to the near side. Chuck White lined up as a blocker. Now will come out, and Goebel is going to go down back behind the 20, back near the 25.
Yeah, we talked about it so far. You know, the offensive line, that inexperience, you know, guys stepping up, and right now they're just not holding the line very well, and Goebel is having to just fight for his life, and we're seeing he's having to get out of the pocket. He's had it trying to make things, which he can do. You know, he can run outside the pocket and tuck the ball under and run, but he's having to do that a little bit too much. And so, you know, I know Coach Linehan and his staff are going to want to see the O-line, you know, get in the trenches and win that battle. Right now, that quickness is winning out for Gladstone's defensive line.
Definitely not the offense we saw last year, at least early in game number 1. Still a 9-0 lead, but special teams and defense the reason for that. Goebel has some time to throw this time, and thrown, and it was knocked away,
incomplete.
Incomplete.
That was incomplete. It was good coverage there, one-on-one coverage out there on the far sideline.
Pass intended to Hunter Smith up around the 40-yard line. Would have been enough for a first down if he made the catch, but now it's going to be 4th and long for the Braves, and a flag on the play back near the line of scrimmage.
Might have been, this might be interference. He might have been looking at the receiver
and
not looking back at the ball.
Whatever it is, it's against the Braves, because the white hat indicated that the flag was that it was not accepted, so they're going to force the Braves to punt. Hesselman standing back around his own 5-yard line. Couldn't think of the right word. Gladstone declined the penalty. Now Hesselman will move up near the 7. And bad snap, bounces to him, able to get it away, and will kick back towards the Gladstone end zone, and Gladstone will have excellent field position for the first time tonight with 1:04 left in the first quarter, and the ball at the Braves 45. But nice job by Wyatt Hesselman after the ball. Low snap, bounce to him, able to grab it, avoid the block, and still kick it 40 yards upfield to do what he could for the Braves defense.
Best field position of the night so far for the Gladstone Gladiators. I mean, first time they've been in Banks territory. They're going to start it right at the 45-yard line, certainly a lot differently than starting on their own 5. So we'll see what they can do, you know, different situation here. You know, you're not you don't have as much real estate to look downfield for. 1:04 to go in the first quarter.
Owen with Breck Beal. To his right. 2 receivers near side. Low snap, give to Breck Beal, and brought down after a short gain. Good job by the defense this time. Only a gain of about 2. Charlie White, Chuck White, as he's listed on the roster, in on the tackle.
You can call me Charles, you can call me Chuck, you can call me Charlie, just don't call me late to the party. And he wasn't late there. He was right there and ready to go.
This time Breck Beal to the left of Owen. 3 receivers offset to the top. Low snap, and I don't know. I think Owen got back on it, but it's going to be 3rd and long all the way back near midfield. Braves had a chance to fall on it, and I think if they had done so instead of the Brave player I saw come in, I think tried to scoop it up and take off with it. If he just fell on it, it would have been Braves football, but either way, it's 3rd and long for Gladstone.
Little scoop and score, and the clock is still running. And they're just going to let the clock run out. That's going to do it for the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, Banks 9, Gladstone nothing. Braves defense, Braves line on both sides of the football having some issues, but maybe they may have figured some things out here at the end of the first quarter. After one period of play, it's Banks 9, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post. $11:20 to go, second quarter, first half. Braves with the football after Gladstone was forced to punt after a third down incompletion on 3rd and 15. Second down and about 9 from the 26 of the Braves. Again, a high snap. Fake the give to Jamar Flippin, and a big pass play up ahead to Charlie White. Up near midfield, about the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Braves. First big play so far since that Jamar Flippin kick or punt return.
Yeah, Chuck White that time just on a little slant route, and he just kind of crossed over the middle and just came open. And Goebel doing a good job seeing him right there and hooking up, first down. Let's see if they can build off of that momentum there. Finally, some momentum created by the Banks offense.
1st and 10 for the Braves from their own 47-yard line. Goebel and Flippin both deep out of shotgun. Goebel has time to throw. Pass caught. Chuck White, first down. Out of bounds up near inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Braves into Gladstone territory. They'll Looked like he stepped out about the 38-yard line. We have maybe a cramp issue for a Gladstone player, number 2, Christopher Goody, one of their senior wide receivers, taking a look at that right knee.
Yeah, what did we say at the pregame show? We said just chuck it to Chuck. Well, you know, they've done that 2 times in a row now. They finally are finding Chuck White, and it's paid off, and they're moving the football.
10-11 to go in the first half. Braves with their best offensive drive of the game here early in the second quarter, up 9-0. Taking a look at number 2, Christopher Goody, with a right leg cramp.
Yeah, just stretching it out there. It's that kind of the season, you know, that fall, and, you know, stretch it out. Get him some water up on the sidelines. Or
early season, too, in Oregon, sometimes even well into late October. We can get Indian summers going well into the 90s, and temperatures, we talked about this a little bit earlier in the game forecast, expected to be around 85 degrees, a little bit warmer than what you're expected, or than what you're used to for high school football.
Yeah, the young man walking off. Looks like kind of under his own power. He's got some support from the coaches, though, as well. But he is walking off, and never want to speculate really what's going on there. But that is a good sign, kind of putting some weight on there, just getting some feeling back.
It's been a beautiful night on the western end of the Tualatin Valley, looking out to the north over the baseball field up towards Pumpkin Ridge. Some low-hanging haze out towards Portland.
Yeah, if you're looking for a place to escape the haze, it's right here at Kelly Field and Banks.
4 receivers set this time, 3 split to the top. Chuck White the lone to the near side. Goebel to throw out a shotgun, and well overthrown Aaron Brown. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown.
You heard the term airing it out. He aired that one out just a little bit too much. He tried to get it there in the corner, but he didn't need to do that much oomph behind it. If we would have just kind of reined that in a little bit, that was, I think, 6 points right there.
So 2nd down and 10, actually from the 42, where Chuck White stepped out after his second of 2 back-to-back big pass plays. Braves tight end last year, leading 4A receiver overall last season. Expect big things from him again this year. 3 receivers in tight to the near side. Now again, Brown goes in motion, left to right to the far side. Throw out quick to number 4, runs into his own blocker and finally shoved out of bounds up around the 35. Decent gain for Hunter Smith before he's sure tackled out of bounds to the far side. Big 3rd down and about 5 from the 36. Yeah, 36. Need to get to about the 33 for a first down, so call it 3rd down and 3, close to 4. Chuck White right up against the near sideline, 3 to the top with Flippin. Goebel. Quick drop pass, called. Would have been a first down through the hands of Hunter Smith. 4th down, and this is territory where it's a little long to go to put it on the leg of your kicker. I wouldn't be surprised if the Braves go for it. You're not going to accomplish much with a punt here, maybe about 20 yards, as I'm sure it would probably go into the end zone. I expect the Braves to go for it here on 4th and long 3, short 4 yards.
Yeah, giving some information there to Cooper Goebel there about this next play, so we'll see if that pays off here, what they want to do.
This time Chuck White lined up to the far side. Oh, bad snap. And Goebel able to pick it up and has to get rid of it, and finally thrown down all the way back at the 45, and it's going to be Gladstone football after the bad snap.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate right there. You know, you've got some momentum there. You've got some encouragement from your coach, and it looks like you've got a plan there to go for it, and then just mis-execute with the snap. It's one of those things that happens, but it's like, ugh. And then here we go, more life for Gladstone. But, you know, they've gotten life in these situations before, but they still got 0 points up on the scoreboard.
We have a timeout, Gladstone. 9:33 left to go in the first half. Banks 9, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. Terry Powell, American Family Insurance, timeout.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Plus 34.
9:33 left. Gladstone back after their timeout. First timeout for either team of the first half. Braves a 9-0 lead. Gladstone trying to cut the deficit to 1 score before halftime. Owen out of shotgun with Breck Beal, the lone back. And he'll give it to him off the far side. And better job defensively, but still a gain of about 2 or 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, they were loading up the box that time. Banks defense coming in with like 4 or 5. They might have had a little bit of a blitz on there, right there. They had like 5-6 guys right there around the line, bringing a little pressure.
Still a gain of about 3 yards to the 47, 48-yard line.
Jamar Flippin back in playing a little safety.
He's impressive to watch as a safety, too. Had him a couple of years ago at Marist, had a nice interception for a return. Owen out of shotgun again to throw. Caught and dropped through his hands again. Play was there to be made for Gladstone, and just through the hands of number 8, Garrett Finch. Bracketed by a couple of defenders, but nice throw by Owen, and just went through the hands of Finch. That time would have been enough for a first down.
Yeah, Jamar Flippin was one of them right there in the perfect situation. He looked like he was ready to smash him if he made that catch. But fortunately, incomplete pass for Gladstone. It's second down.
So Braves hoping to get the ball back here and get some more practice for their offensive line and see if they can move the ball like they started to last drive with Chuck White. And Owen to throw, and overthrown, intended for number 4, Ethan Finnegan. And Banks against a team with more experienced receivers. Last year, they had a pretty impressive secondary. Tonight, I'm not impressed. The incompletions from Gladstone have been as a result of Gladstone wide receivers, not as a result of the Banks secondary.
Yeah, and, they keep going on that side because here on the near side, Hunter Smith has been just all over the receiver over here like glue. I mean, he's looking like a bulldog over here. He's like watching him at the point of line. He's just like aiding him, like, come on. And he's just sticking right with him one-on-one. It's like he can't get any separation away from Hunter.
So Gladstone will punt it away from about their own 48-yard line, flipping back at his own 20. Bad snap, and Gladstone is going to be tackled out of bounds, far side at their own 40, and the Braves are going to get excellent field position after they're unable to get the punt away. First and 10 Braves, again, excellent field position, a good opportunity for the young offensive line to help the Braves put points on the board.
And another missed opportunity for the Gladstone Gladiators. I mean, they've had that all night long. Banks has made some mistakes. They haven't been able to, they still haven't gotten some things going on their offensive line, and it's given Gladstone some opportunities. But as you talked about it with the incompletions, that they're just not able to capitalize on those things. And so now is a time when Banks has really got to come out again on offense and find some rhythm and put them away while they're down.
Goebel out of shotgun with Flippin to his left, standing at his just behind the 45. Flippin now moves to the opposite side, and the give to Jamar. Fumble, and Gladstone has the ball. And I talked about that being one of the key issues for Jamar Flippin. His attitude has been better this year. Have not seen the in-your-face after the big plays, but he's got to be better regardless of whether or not he's going to get any yardage out of it, about holding on to the football, and that time he did not.
Yeah, we talked in the pregame a little about composure and staying in there, and it goes kind of with that. It's ball control. You got to be able to control the ball, and I mean that's another thing that scouts will look at is how well is he running with the ball? Is he controlling the ball? Does he fumble a lot?
Well, I believe that's the first turnover of the game for either team. Gladstone hoping to capitalize and cut the lead to one score with 8:24 to go in the first half. Not the offense we're used to seeing from the Banks Braves this season, only 9 points in the first half, but their defense has done just enough, although Gladstone should likely be ahead with the number of dropped passes they've had that should have resulted in touchdowns. And Owen again to throw, deep and well overthrown everybody by a good 5 yards. Intended receiver number 9, Hayden Smith. In the area was number 2 defending for the Braves, Jack Lyda.
Yeah, Jack Lyda was coming in hard, so Owen had to get rid of that ball quickly because he was in trouble. Lyda had Owen in his sights, and he was ready to pounce.
Lyda actually in the secondary on that play, guarding Smith, the receiver for Gladstone. But good job to get into the face of Brady Owen quickly and force him to overthrow that pass. In motion for Gladstone, number 14, Tristan Nani, and the give to Nani out of the backfield, short gain of about 2. Again, it'll bring up a third down and long situation for Gladstone from the Braves' 43-yard line. Three receivers set for the Gladiators. Owen to pass. Rolls all the way back to the Braves. 45 nearly intercepted. Nice job. Tipped away at the last minute by number 5, Dylan Smith. Braves secondary able to come up with a big play that time on third down. Not a turnover, but enough to force the ball out of bounds on the pass play. And fourth down, Gladstone likely another punting situation.
Dylan Smith has been now in on a couple of those plays like that in the backfield, and so he's showing up and making some good plays. That time being rewarded with an actual tip right there, a little pass breakup.
Fourth down and call it 8. We have a timeout, Banks. Or officials timeout.
They're calling it on Banks.
Heard the whistle blow, and then I saw the near side official tap his chest, but call was made by the white hat official. 7.5 minutes to go, midway through the second quarter. Banks 9, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. Terry Powell, American Family Insurance, timeout.
Hey Brave fans, this is Chris Lyda, the voice of the Braves, here to tell you about Econofab Buildings. Econofab is a third-generation family-owned and operated pole building company located right here in Brave Country. Econofab has been in business for almost 50 years, constructing shops, garages, and barns. I had them build my 2 shops, and as a satisfied and repeat customer, I'm here to tell you that Econofab puts the fab in fabulous. Go visit them online at econofabbuildings.com.
And we're back, 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Gladstone a big fourth down and 8, and they're going to go for it from just inside their own 45. High snap, and Owen able to get away, but not for long. It's going to be Braves football all the way back near the 30-yard line, and I think we may have the go-to group for the Braves this year. It looks like their defense is what's going to do it for them this season after a couple of bad snaps, and Gladstone turning the ball over on downs after that play.
Yeah, defense has looked solid so far, and they've just been, in those pressure situations. Gladstone, for downs 1 through 3, they can move the football and get in there, but on the fourth down, it's like, Banks is right there, just a applying the pressure, and they did it again that time right there. And the mistake there is the Gladstone quarterback. He tried to pick it up, and he just kept going backwards. He should have just, knelt on it. Now let's see if Banks can get the football and then
First and 10 from their own 32. Flippin gets some room to the near side, cuts it back up the middle, and gets probably his biggest gain offensively since that special teams touchdown after the punt from Gladstone's opening drive. Gets close to a first down, gain of about 8.
Yeah, he just went right off the left tackle, just followed your blockers and cut right through where the defense wasn't, and got a nice little 8-yard chunk right there. Second down.
Second down and a long 2, ball just inside the 25. Receiver to the near side, 4A leader from last year, Chuck White. 3 receivers spread to the top. Goebel looks to throw, pass is caught, Chuck White down to the 5.
Yeah, that was a design play right there. He was looking all the way to Chuck White, as you should. Chuck it to Chuck. He's down there in first and goal situation for the Banks offense.
Just his size, even if you have tight coverage over him, he has the height and the ability to just stick his hands up and catch it over the defenders. 6:15 left in the first half. Braves threatening on their first offensive score of the game. And we have whistles and I think a timeout Gladstone.
Timeout by Gladstone. They were trying to get some people off the field, and I think they saw that the clock was going down, and they took a timeout.
So 6:08 to go in the first half. Braves threatening to score their first offensive touchdown of the game. They had one on special teams and also scored on a safety out of the back of the Gladstone end zone. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this. Terry Powell, American Family Insurance, timeout.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
.608 left after the Gladstone timeout. 9-0 Braves. Hoping to get something going for their offense here down at the Gladstone 5-yard line after a big series for Chuck White. 3 catches, I believe, on this drive. Last one set him up at the 5-yard line. And the flip to Flippin out of the backfield. He'll get maybe a yard. Initially had a hole, but it closed quickly off the near side.
Yeah, host of Gladstone Gladiators met him right there. Number 22 was in the midst for
and whistles. And we have an injured player for Gladstone, number 7, Tracy Montgomery, the 6'1", 195 senior tight end, defensive lineman. Started to sit up and now will go back down.
Both teams going to come off the field and take advantage of this little injury timeout, get some instructions.
Normally you see an ambulance at one end of the field too, and I do not see that tonight. Montgomery is sitting up now. And now will be helped up, but not putting any weight on that left foot.
Yeah, you'll get a nice little ovation from the stands, both sides of the field.
5:57 left first half, 9-0 Braves. Second and goal for the Braves inside their own 5 at the 4-yard line. Halftime will have a first half recap and hope to look at other scores from around the region and 4A. Flippin again gets the handoff and again runs into a group of tacklers. Not much there.
Yeah, ran right up the middle, off the left guard there. A little just ran right into the teeth of the Gladstone defense, and they're showing that quickness right there, right up around the ball.
We talked about before the broadcast earlier this week about big Hunter Siders listed at 6 foot, 385 pounds.
That's a big boy.
And looks every part of it, but not the baby fat you would expect to see for somebody that size. Looked pretty athletic during warm-ups. 3rd and goal from the 4. Braves taking their time on offense, hopefully trying to get one across and keep Gladstone from the football, and diving across the middle from the far side. Oh, nope, they rolled incomplete.
Yeah, hard to see from our vantage point. It was there in the back of the end zone, and we were kind of shielded out by the middle of the line there. I couldn't see if he might have stepped on the end line.
No, he dove from the far side of the end zone all the way back towards the middle. Aaron Brown, the intended receiver, and looked like he caught it, but when he came up, the ball came out, and I think that's when the officials ruled the incompletion.
Yeah, that's right. He kind of did that little Superman dive over the ball. Looks like Banks is going to go here.
Just under 5 minutes left first half. High snap, whistles, and a flag. False start against the Braves. So now I would not be surprised if Wyatt Hesselman comes in to attempt a field goal.
Yeah, this is about Hesselman range, right?
Yeah, he booted some extra points last year too. And I seen a lot of games where Banks scored 6-7 touchdowns in one game, and he'd go 6 for 6 or 6 for 7.
This is about the angle that he was practicing from in pregame warm-ups.
And Hesselman is in number 8. Looks like he'll attempt the kick from the 16-yard line. Would be a 26-yard field goal with 4:57 left. Ball on the near hash mark, or to the near side of the field. And whistles.
They might be calling a timeout, Gladstone, maybe. Officials are going to talk about it with the side judge. Head linesman.
4:57 left. Braves had an excellent drive going out all the way down to the 5 with Chuck White, and then had issues with Jamar Flippin getting any yardage beyond that point. And now 4th and 9 after the false start by the Braves with just under 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Discussion going on with the white hat and the head linesman, so there might be some confusion on, I don't know, the yard marker. Looks like we're ready to go.
Snap down, kick is up, and it is just inside the left upright. So with 4:51 to go, Wyatt Hesselman boots a 26-yard field goal to put the Braves up. Now a full 2 scores at 12-0. 4:51 to go in the first half. We'll be back after this 30-second break from Northside Rock.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
And we're back. Wyatt Hesselman puts the Braves on the board in the second quarter with a 26-yard field goal to put the Braves up 12-0. Nani and Dave's back to receive the kickoff for Gladstone. 4:51 left in the first half. Braves a 12-0 lead. I think they were waiting for, not sure what's going on with the officials. They've been waiting for the play clock to reset. Now one of the black hats to the near side. Update from Estacada, 31-0 over Staten in the first half. That's a bit of a surprise. And the kick from Hesselman is away and taken by Nani at the 5, gets some room up the far side. Another breaks a couple of tackles and may have a horse collar against Banks as he's finally brought down up past the 40.
Yeah, the penalty flag was right about the 32-yard line or so.
And another late flag, that likely a personal foul.
I think we might have a hold back here at the 32.
Looked like there were a couple of tackles made, attempted by the Braves right between the shoulder blades, which could put it as a horse collar. Holding, though, is the indication against Gladstone.
Yeah, Banks was backed up all the way now. They're going to call him back into the play. It looks like they're going to, I think they're wiping off the other flag. I think what it was is I think two officials saw the same thing.
And the white hat has a mic, it's not on, but has a pretty booming voice. We can almost hear him from up here.
I know.
So again, the Braves defense, an opportunity to give the Braves offense short field. Holding penalty will put the ball back at the 23 for Gladstone.
Like Gladstone's kind of going now, mirroring the formation.
High snap, another flag on the play, and the give off the far side. Not much, but we may have a false start against Gladstone.
Yeah, some sort of procedural penalty that's definitely going to make this play come back. That was kind of a free play right there. Came out of the side judge there, the line judge.
False start against the Gladiators.
Back him up another 5 yards. Be first down and 15. More than that, actually.
4:33 left in this second quarter. Has just seemed to take forever.
Yeah, that first quarter breezed by, and it's just really slowed down here in the second quarter.
A lot of flags in the second quarter of play. Owen out of shotgun with Breckbeal well to his right. Quick throw out to the left flat. Pass caught and dropped in the backfield.
Yeah, Banks defense doing a great job this time, like not really letting them operate. I mean, they've got like 4 or 5 guys in the box every time, and coverage on the ends, and so they're in a good spot. When they're staying home and getting in there, they're keeping Gladstone right where they need to be at bay.
Pass was intended for Cohen Daves, dropped in the backfield. 2nd down and 10, just under 4.5 minutes left. First half, 12-0 Braves lead. Kind of a low snap, but Owen gets away and we're still looking to throw, and now is going to run and get out of bounds back to the first down marker. So we'll pick up the yards lost on the penalty, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, great pursuit that time by the Banks defense, coming after the quarterback and forcing him out of the pocket, and then he had to tuck it and run for his life.
Wow, it looked like, I know we're on the opposite side of the field, looked like he got to the marker for the original line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him a good 3 yards back near the 20-yard line. So 3rd down and long, big play for the Braves defense to try to, again, put points on the board before halftime. Owen rolls out back inside his own 10, well overthrown everybody. Flippin coming up to try to make a late play on the ball, but it's going to be 4th down Gladstone, and the Braves will have the ball back and should have decent field position.
Yeah, he was looking to his right the whole way, and his receiver was like all the way down the field, but there was 3 Banks defenders right there. In fact, the ball went like Bermuda Triangle right in between them, right about the 40-yard line.
So 3:38 left in the first half, still waiting for the Braves to click on all cylinders offensively. Jamar Flippin has looked good in special teams, but still having some issues offensively. Had a fumble earlier in the game that could have cost the Braves points.
Jamar standing right at the 50.
And catches it cleanly about the 46. Gets room down the near sideline. I think he stepped out around the 40. Yeah, they're going to bring it back.
Yeah, I saw that as he cut into it. I was like, oh, it's tightrope around the line, but he did just step on the white chalk line. Still excellent field position for the Banks offense here, getting it in the Gladstone territory. Looks like they're going to mark it at, right just across the 40-yard line. Maybe right on the 39, 40-yard line.
So 3:28 left. This may be an opportunity where you try to keep it on the ground and get some more reps for Jamar and see if he can create some space. Try not to give Gladstone the ball back before the end of the half.
Yeah, they got like a little 4-4 stack kind of thing going, 44 stack with the Gladstone defense right now. They're really putting up the middle. You got to get around the ends.
And quick throw out to Aaron Brown, makes spin move, dives close to the first down. I think he's going to be about a half-yard short.
Yeah, about 9.5 yards there.
Needed to get across the 30 for the first down, didn't quite get to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and short as the clock nears 3 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, that was the side to take right there. I mean, the middle was jammed up. The left side had good coverage, and then the right side, it's like either a run or a nice little pass in the flat right there. And he found him. Goebel found the receiver running his slant route, 9 yards, and here we go.
So 2nd down and short, 2:48 to go, first half. Braves getting some things done through the air, and another flag and possibly another false start.
It's like another procedural penalty possibly.
Just need to get Jamar Flippin on track and holding on to the football and finding his holes. Braves are starting to figure out some things through the air. Secondary has looked good, especially in the second quarter. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Braves, probably a false start. Did not see the flag announced.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the receivers move. I think it was probably on that young offensive line.
High snap, Goebel And pass caught by Aaron Brown, bracketed by 2 defenders, close to another first down, about the same spot. He caught the ball on the first.
Well, you said it right there, bracketed between 2 defenders. I mean, he put that ball, nice ball by Goebel. He threaded that thing right in where it needed to be, right in between the 2 defenders, and really well thrown ball.
And again, we'll see if the offensive line can create enough space for Jamar to pick it up here on for, big hole, and finally gets out to the outside and finally knocked out of bounds close to the 25. It'll be a gain of about 4 or 5 on 3rd down and short. Stops the clock with 1:53 left after the out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, Jamar doing a great job right that time. Is just kind of going through the hole, and then he found a little seam to the left and busted it around the corner, just fighting for more yardage. And that's another thing college scouts want to see. That elusiveness.
Jamar Flippin, though, I'm pretty safe bet. I think he has under 100 yards rushing in the first half. We'll see what he can do in the 3rd quarter. 1:53 left. Goebel fakes the snap and steps up into the pocket, has some room, started to break a shoestring tackle and gets about another good 5 yards up close to the 20.
Red zone opportunity for the Banks Braves right here. 1:35 counting to go.
They'll mark it at the 21. 2nd down and 6.
Just outside the red zone. The Banks red zone.
Twins set each direction. Chuck White to the near side with Flippin to the left of Goebel. Quick throw out, caught. Aaron Brown and spins, unable to get the first down, about a half yard short. Hard tackling by the Gladiators. Just grab him by the shirt and throw him down. And nice job of Gladstone defense to make sure Aaron Brown didn't pick up the first down that time on the far side.
Didn't get the first down, but he did get out of bounds to stop the clock and give you a little bit more time to think about this 3rd down play coming up.
Looks like 3rd down and about 2 from inside the 20.
Got Twins left here.
Looks like ball at the 17. Chuck White starts to go in motion, now lines up left side, and we have another flag.
Someone do jump.
They're going to call Charlie White for moving before the ball was snapped. So 1:04 left in the first half. Braves shooting themselves in the foot here on this drive with 2 false start penalties. We'll bring up 3rd down, and
now they're going to split White to the left.
3rd down and 8. Now Flippin switches sides to Goebel, and another flag.
I think Smith might have jumped a little bit out here. It was the line judge out here that threw the flag.
So back the Braves up another 5 yards, 3rd and 12. All the way back outside the 25. Goebel out of shotgun, rolls right, another flag, possibly a hold out of the backfield. Pass is thrown, tip into the air and intercepted. In the goal line, coming out with it is Nani, and he'll be brought down inside the 10, gang tackled, and clock will stop with 46 seconds left, but 2 flags on the play.
Little powwow going on between the white hat and the officials right now. comparing notes. So they're going over to, looks like it might be on Banks. They're going over to talk with the with Cam Summer, the Gladstone coach. Maybe see what he wants to do.
I think it's going to be holding on the Braves. No, they're going to call a grounding.
And looks like he called an ineligible man downfield as well. This will be interesting to see what Gladstone wants to do with this.
So 46 seconds left. Braves having all kinds of issues on this drive that had an excellent opportunity to score inside the 40, and 3 penalties with an ineligible receiver, and 2 false starts have moved the ball out of Wyatt Hesselman territory.
Looks like they're going to nullify the interception and take the penalty, move them back, which Gladstone wouldn't have had a very good field position anyway. So.
So 12-0, Jamar Flippin returned the opening punt from Gladstone, 70 yards for the first score of the game. The next drive for Gladstone, they snapped the ball out of the back of their own end zone for a safety, and then midway through the second quarter, Wyatt Hesselman added a 26-yard field goal to put the Braves up 12-0.
And now some confusion as some players came on.
What? Now they're moving the ball up. The initial indication was ineligible receiver by Banks, but now it's 1st and 10 for the Braves, all just outside the 10-yard line. Maybe a personal foul on the second penalty flag?
Yeah, this is getting a little interesting, and now Gladstone's going to go back and huddle up again.
Now they're saying offsetting penalties, but they're still going to mark the ball.
So Gladstone's going to have the ball.
Okay. 1st and 10 Gladiators from about their own 11-yard line.
With under 50 seconds left.
I think they took the interception and declined the penalty, because the ball, I believe, is marked where the interception was returned to.
Yeah.
.9 seconds left, first half. Braves a 12-0 lead. And the give to Breck Beal.
Fighting for yards.
Gets close to the 20. It'll be short of the first down. Gladstone may have time for one more play. Both teams look content to just let the clock run out, nearing 10 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what it looks like. They're just going to like sit on it right here, just take it into halftime. I mean, no sense really running a play right now. You're inside the 20.
And that's how the first half will end. Banks not very impressive on offense, but a new line on both sides of the football. Jamar Flippin with a 70-yard kickoff return, the only touchdown of the game for either team. And at the half, it's Banks 12, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 2-minute break and take a look at the first half recap when we return.
Clear?
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com. Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back at halftime, 12-0 Banks Braves with a lead at the half. As we take a look at the first half recap first, Banks with a 70-yard touchdown from Jamar Flippin on the opening punt from Gladstone gave the Braves the 12-0 lead, and then a safety on Gladstone's next possession out of the back of their own end zone. And then Wyatt Hesselman adding a 26-yard field goal in the second quarter for the 12-0 lead for the Braves at halftime. Jonathan?
Well, we got some other scores here in the Coapa League non-conference action going on right now. Just a couple of scores to tell you there at halftime. Estacada is just really taking it to Staten, and as you talked about, a little bit of a surprise here, but Estacada with some new blood there, like well, you talk about offensive line being young here. Banks is really gonna have to figure that out, because I know one of the strengths of Estacada is a very, very experienced offensive line, and it looks like they're showing that. They're shutting out the Staten Eagles right now, 31-0. New coach down the road. You take Highway 26, go east, and stop at Murray Boulevard. You got the Valley Catholic Valiants. They're having a tough time getting the Coach Snyder era underway. Philomath leading 31-0, that one during halftime as well. Other games in the area, St. Helens is playing in Milwaukee. They're playing against LaSalle Prep. Actually, and no score on that one. We haven't heard a report there. Other games in the Coapa, we talked about North Marion is playing Seaside. No score there. Actually, I think there was one of the issues at that game. going on. But yeah, Cottage Grove at Astoria. Also, no report from that game either.
So you said an issue with North Marion and Seaside, like a COVID issue?
North Marion Seaside, I think, wasn't there we were talking about that in the pregame.
Well, no, that was last year, the game that Banks had to play Mazama. That originally was supposed to be against Seaside, but Seaside was unable to play due to COVID.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But did you mention the Philomath score?
Yeah, Philomath leading 31-0, nearing halftime at Valiant Stadium there in Beaverton.
And we've talked about Valley Catholic. I've been following that program on Twitter. New head coach, new athletic director, who is also the new head boys basketball coach. There was a lot of excitement leading into this season, a lot of lead up into tonight's game for their new head coach, and does not look like it's going to be a very successful start for the new leader of the Valiants.
Yeah, certainly a little bit of a surprise, expecting maybe a little bit more out of the Valiants football program. But, you know, as we talked about, Philomath is a strong football school, another team that has some aspirations of getting to the end in this 4A football season and certainly in state playoffs. And coming on the road there, that's a long road trip from just, south of Corvallis to Beaverton, and up 31-0. Pretty impressive.
Well, you mentioned Estacada earlier. This Braves team is going to have to play a lot better next week, especially that offensive line is going to have to create some more space for Jamar Flippin to work if they're going to have any hopes of a win next week. To be honest, Gladstone should be ahead in this game with the number of drop passes they had, especially in the first quarter. They had 2 or 3 passes dropped right through the hands of receivers that should have gone for touchdowns.
Yeah, you want to talk about missed opportunities, and that's I guarantee that's what one of the things that Cam Summer is going to be talking about in that locker room for Gladstone is the missed opportunities and saying, hey, there's, coverages where we want those coverages, and we got to make those plays. That's what he's talking about back there. And, on the bank side of the football, they're, I'm sure they're looking at that as well and saying, hey, we got to have better coverage because, you're right. Gladstone should be winning this football game right now. But those missed opportunities for the Gladiators is what's coming back to haunt them. And just, special teams. We hear it all the time. Special teams is special. The big one, the 70-yard punt return for Jamar Flippin. That's really been the biggest play. I mean, there was a safety and a 26-yard field goal, but that no offensive points put up by either side right now. Definitely a big surprise for Banks, and expect a little bit more for Gladstone. It's really, like you said, it's more, the busted defensive coverages, and that's something they're definitely going to work on, and particularly for this second half and looking ahead to next week at Estacada.
Well, yeah, a lot of inexperienced, I don't want to say young players, but not a lot of varsity experienced Braves players along the line, and I think that showed in that final drive where they had 3 penalties, 2 of them false starts, that they had a great opportunity to score, taking over with the football at the Gladstone 40-yard line and just unable to even get the ball close to field goal range.
Yeah, Coach Linehan is proud of the guys in that room on the offensive line and defensive line, particularly the offensive line, and he loves those young men, and they are, they're and they are great athletes and great players. It's not that they don't have experience playing the game of football. It's just they, like you said, they lack that varsity experience. They're stepping in, so it's a new night, new day. They play on this field all the time, but it's you're playing at night with a lot more fans, a lot more hype going into it. There's media in action, and so you got to get used to those Friday night lights, not the Thursday afternoon lights that you might have had. And so you got to get adjusted to that. You hope maybe they can settle down a little bit and come out and play Banks football like we all know they can in the second half. But I think that's going to be a key. It was a key. We talked about it before the game, the offensive line. Whose line is it anyways? And we still say, whose line is it anyways? Who's going to step up and control the line? The game is won or lost in the trenches. And right, there's been some times, some good times for Banks on the offensive line, but then there's been some other times where they're just not giving Cooper Goebel time to do anything. And a lot of those are, credit the quickness and speed of Gladstone secondary too.
I think probably the key player for the Braves offense, not counting the 70-yard touchdown return from Jamar Flippin, has got to be Chuck White. Any offense that the Braves have had in the first half came from his catches.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I mean, we had that one series where, twice in a row basically exploiting where the weak holes were for the Gladstone defense, and Chuck showed up and went right where he's supposed to be, and Cooper Gowell found him, and that's what I'm talking about. When Cooper's had the time to make those connections and given that block, he's able to make those plays and find those receivers, and of course, not hard to find the big number 32, Chuck White, right there. But yeah, more of Chuck White. Keep chucking it to Chuck.
5:15 to go in the first half. We'll see if we can get you some other scores from some of the bigger class high schools around the area. Beaverton, Sunset, Aloha, Hillsboro. Hillsboro had a big loss last night. We'll see if we can get you some more scores from around the state and around the area when we come back. Halftime, it's Banks 12, Gladstone nothing. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenante's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenante's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific in North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit their website, TenantesPizzaAndSubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Jonathan Lee has some other scores to give us from some of the other bigger schools around the area. Jonathan?
Well, yeah, and one of the schools around the area that's right here in Washington County, but they're down in California this weekend. They're playing Menlo Atherton, and shout out for the Tualatin Timberwolves. They lead Menlo Atherton 22-7. Central Catholic on the outsides of town, they're beating Camas 14-0. Sunset leading Tiger 21-0. That is in the second quarter, or getting ready to go to halftime. Lake Oswego leading Mountainside, also nearing halftime. It's 25-7. Lake Oswego over Mountainside. Kind of a weird score there. West Salem leading Newburgh 14-0. And let's see if we can get some other scores. Dayton leading Clatskanie 14-0 in 3A football action. Trevor?
Yeah, we talked about OSA. A proposal for next season has either a 5-class or a 6-class, and it's not looking like a lot of the teams in District 1 are going to stay together. Also, known as the Kawapa for all other sports. Tillamook and Astoria could potentially move up to 5A in playing what is now the Northwest League. Scappoose is scheduled to drop down into 4A by most proposals we've seen. Well, I think the 6A proposal for next year would put Banks in a 5-team league with Amity, Dayton, Scio, and Jervis. Can't imagine driving nearly all the way to Albany for a league contest. The other proposal would put Banks in a much larger league, but have to travel pretty much the same distance and have to take on teams like Neoconi, Taft, Newport. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next year with high school sports across the state. Hopefully we get a little bit more favorable scenario for next season other than the first two mentioned so far.
Yeah, all the reclassification stuff, I mean, I get it. I know why, they're trying to make it, fair for everyone and fair play, but some of the geographical regions that it's more like a geographical nightmare for some of these teams. I mean, I think we were looking at one proposal that would have Banks going to Albany for a league game against Scio. I mean, that's I mean, you would maybe go there for like week 1, but going there for a league game, I mean that's kind of crazy.
The way things are right now, I wouldn't be looking forward to a game against Amity or Dayton if Banks were in those leagues, but a normal Banks year, that would be a top 4A versus a top 3A matchup, and to have those teams in the same league, that is something you're a little bit excited about for football, but not the travel.
Yeah, I think, what we've seen so far in this game from Banks, I mean, certainly, that's no indicative of how you're going to be in the season, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do coming out. Here in the second half, to see the adjustments that they've made, and certainly both teams have made, and so we're getting ready to do that here.
Just under 2.5 minutes left as they reset the clock for 3 minutes as both teams have come out of the locker room. Banks at Estacada next week. In 2 weeks, we'll make our biggest trip of the season to just north of Grants Pass to take on the Hidden Valley Mustangs. Rogue Valley has not seen high school football for the first 2 weeks of the season due to smoke and haze from the California wildfires.
And Hidden Valley having their game canceled this week. They were supposed to play down in just west of Eugene in Bonita playing Elmira, but then that game was shut down very early at the start of the week. Elmira, there was some COVID issues within the Falcons camp, and then Hidden Valley, I guess, tried to reschedule a game, but then they were dealing with some issues as well. So we hope that they'll have all those fixed up so nothing happens in 2 weeks.
Cole Linehan trying to get his team fired up. We talked about kind of the mosh pit jump around situation he's been kind of known for since he's been named head coach of Banks after taking over for Ben Buchanan, current athletic director, a number of years ago. Last time Banks was in the Banks has now been in the state football championship 3 times. The last time before my 2 times since I've been here in the last 7 years, LeGrand in 2019, Seaside a victory in 2018. About 11 years ago, they played Astoria and lost in that contest. Against a very well-known NFL player was in that state championship contest, currently in the NFL, and also a well-known Oregon State player. Can you tell me who, Jonathan?
Derek Anderson.
Initials JP. Safety for the Buffalo Bills, Jordan Poyer.
Jordan Poyer. I should know that because he's actually on my fantasy football team. So
we're set for the start of the third quarter. Braves again will receive as they won the toss to start the game and elected to defer. Flippin' along with, looks like Aaron Brown back to receive to the near side for the Braves. And the kick is taken by Aaron Brown up around the 25. Gets some room out to the outside and is tripped up just across the 30 to the 32. Out of bounds to the far side in front of the Gladstone bench. So hopefully, Jonathan, the offensive line can get a little bit inspired after the halftime pep talk.
Yeah, we'll see we'll quickly see the results of that and see what was addressed down there and what was the mood of that locker room to see how they come out here first and 10, setting up shop.
Three receivers to the near side, spread out wide. Goebel throws out that direction, underthrown, intended for Aaron Brown. Would have been well short of the first down. Aaron Brown arguing that he caught the pass, but looked underthrown from our vantage point. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 32.
Yeah, it looks like he skipped it. Looked like the ball just hit the carpet or the grass before it went into his breadbasket.
Gladstone fans across the way starting to become a little more vocal. High snap, Goebel able to bring it down. Fakes to the near side, pass caught, brought down right at midfield by number 4. I believe that's Hunter Smith. First down, Braves.
Yeah, Hunter Smith has been trying to get open all night, and finally he's able to connect with Cooper Goebel. And that time Goebel had some good pass protection. I told you, when he's had time to throw the ball, time to look at all of his checkdowns and see those receivers like Smith, he's able to make it. So so far, good things.
It looked almost kind of like a gimmick play. He looked like he was going to do a toss, a quick toss out to the near side, faked it, and then went deep to Smith, able to create some space for Smith with that fake. The give to Flippin off the far side, has some room, initially tripped, and now catches his footing, but a flag back near the line of scrimmage, probably, and another flag. And
I think we might have a late hit out of bounds on the second flag.
The first flag, though, most likely is a hold, but if the second flag is a late hit out of bounds, I think that negates the holding penalty because it's a personal foul.
Officials are getting together to kind of share notes. What did you see? What did I see? Banks is backing up.
Possibly a blindside block. Judging by the distance, it's definitely a personal foul penalty. The ball will be backed up all the way to the 35. So first and 25 from their own 35-yard line. Brown goes in motion right to left. Goebel looks to throw, has time, caught by Chuck White. Tripped up just across the 45, will be back close to the line of scrimmage at midfield. It'll be second down and about 12, 13-yard line.
Yeah,
12, 13 yards.
Yeah, Goebel just sitting back there, just reading through all of his projection, his checkdowns, and it saw the big tight end, Chuck right there, just kind of turned around the middle and ran his route and caught the ball.
He had plenty of space around him too. He probably could have picked up a few extra yards after the catch. Goebel had a shotgun. Looks, pass thrown over the middle, caught. Aaron Brown makes a couple of men miss, gets up past the 45, and that'll bring up a big third down for the Braves, but much more manageable than first and 25. Looks like about third down and 4.
Certainly, yeah. Great point. Right there in that manageable down and distance situation, and so just kind of methodically moving the ball, getting yourself in a position to win the next down. But boy, offensive line that time. They got through to him again because he just got rid of that ball before he was touched.
Under 9.5 minutes, third quarter. Braves a 12-0 lead. Goebel, 3 receivers to the top. Looks that direction now. Is going to keep and run with it and gets close to the first down. I think he has it if they mark it where he went down with the ball, but near side official has his fist up, which indicates fourth down, but
yeah, not a favorable spot.
Going to be fourth down and about half a yard, and the Braves are going to go for it at about their own 40-yard line. The give to Flippin. Gets outside and gets enough for the first down. Gets about 5, maybe 6 yards. Nice job of coming back inside. Otherwise, number 34 nearly got him for a loss. Would have gave the ball back to Gladstone. Actually, it's got to be 54. Tristan Schmidt, no 34 on the roster for Gladstone.
Yeah, 34 is a running back, TB.
So 1st and 10 Braves from the 35. Gain of 5 on 4th down and short. Goebel, again the give to Flippin. Has a little bit of room. Gets a good another 5, maybe 6 yards up past the 30.
Right back up the middle again. Just pinning it, just putting his head down and just fighting, just keeping his legs churning and going right between the center and the tackle.
And that's the way to get some experience for this young offensive line. Just keep giving the ball to Jamar and let them practice making holes.
Yep.
Chuck White to the near side. 3 receivers spread right to the top on the far side. Goebel throws. Pass nearly knocked down. Three defenders in the area. Probably should have been intercepted by number 22, Charles Peace. We'll bring up 2nd down and a short 5. Ball just inside the 30. The flag on the play back near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was another play where Goebel tried to thread the needle in there, but triple covered that time, and excellent coverage by that quick Gladstone defense, and another missed opportunity.
And a 10-yard penalty holding against the Braves will mark the ball all the way back near the 45.
These are the type of penalties that just drive a head coach crazy.
2nd and long, about 18 from their own 44. Goebel fakes it, gives to Flippin, nearly somersaults, and a flag, and they're going to have a horse collar on Gladstone.
And that's a break. That's a break that Banks needed right there.
Horse collar against the Gladiators, 15-yard personal foul penalty.
And that should be a spot foul.
I'll mark the ball at the 20. Braves have not had any success tonight in the red zone. They've had 3 or 4 red zone opportunities and only came out of it with 3 points. Goebel looks to throw. Pass is deflected and caught. Number 2 all the way up near a flag on the play. We'll see what. Pass was caught by Jack Lyda.
Penalty flag came in from the
false start
judge
against the Braves.
Cole Linehan asking for an explanation of that one. Look satisfied but not pleased with that.
1st and 15 from the 25.
information you got?
No, we knew we have OSAA is having an issue with finding officials, and wonder if that definitely don't want to say anything about the officials, but not sure how experienced the officials are. Already played half of the third quarter. Goebel rolling right, throws, pass through the hands of Chuck White, would have been a touchdown, and popped it up into the air and then couldn't catch up with it. Second down and 15 from the 25.
Another high snap back to Cooper Goebel, as he kind of had to get that one off of his fingertips a little bit. But great job by Cooper to reel that in and kind of stay with it, because he kind of had to hurry to get that out again. Another quarterback hurry, and that might have led to throwing a little bit high. Everything just a little bit off on that one.
7:03 left in the third quarter, 12-0 Braves. Braves bench imploring the fans to get on their feet. Goebel out of shotgun, again looks to throw, pass caught Aaron Brown, and tripped up immediately at the original line of scrimmage back to the 20-yard line, and that'll bring up third down and 10.
Another manageable down and distance right here, as you talked about a moment ago. Braves is kind of moving it up there, but now they need to keep moving forward, not going backwards. It's these little penalties that'll kill you. And, it's to be expected the first game, some of these procedural penalties and with the new line and everything, but you just can't keep doing that. It'll keep hurting you.
Third down and 9 from the 19. Three receivers near side. Goebel straight drop, still looking. Throws over the middle, past the intended receiver. Looks like Jack Lyda. It's going to be fourth down. And we're going to have a player go down for Gladstone, grabbing his right knee. Now he pops back up. Can't see the number of the injured player, as he's helped off by a member of the Gladstone staff. 4th and 9 for the Braves, 6:15 left. Hesselman has not come in. Braves are going to go for it. 4th and 9 from the Gladstone 19. And this is a huge play for the Gladstone defense, because if they come up with the stop and then are able to score, it's just a one-possession game.
They're trying for a field goal. They're setting up.
Okay, so Hesselman now is in. It'll be about a 40-yarder, and it is just short. It's good! It looked short as it got to the crossbar, and Wyatt Hesselman with a 40-yard field goal puts the Braves up 15-0 with 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Maybe that'll give the Braves offense the boost they need, as not a lot of scoring opportunities have come in this game.
Well, it certainly brought Banks Braves Nation to their feet and jolted this energy, and good to hear the action from our side of the field than coming from the other side over there again. But a huge lift, and let's see if that can spark up the defense and the offense and get something going.
So 6:10 left to go in the third quarter. Banks 15, Gladstone nothing after a 40-yard field goal from Wyatt Hesselman. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back, 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Banks 15, Gladstone nothing. Wyatt Hesselman 2 field goals in the contest, a 26-yarder in the second quarter, and on a drive that took almost 6 minutes, adds another 3 points on the board for the Braves with a 40-yarder that just makes it across the crossbar. and boots it away, and it's going to be picked up by Daves on the near side. And has some room down the near side, and a late flag, likely against Gladstone, probably a hold. Daves is going to be hit hard out of bounds in front of the Braves bench at the 45, but this will likely come back.
Might be a block, illegal block in the back.
Holding against the Gladiators. Flag is thrown at the 35, so should mark the ball back around the 20-yard line. It's got to be a final. 5:30 start for Astoria and Gladstone. Final score, Astoria in the preseason top 10, 45-7 over Cottage Grove. 6:02 left in the third quarter of our contest. Braves not a lot of offense with a new line, but doing just enough to keep the advantage over Gladstone 15-0. They'll mark Gladstone will have the football at their own 24-yard line. 15-0 Banks. Brady Owen at a shotgun. Quarterback gives it to Breck Beal and hit and maybe gets to the 25. Not much there for the Gladiators on the carry that time. Good job by the defensive line for a short gain. They're going to actually give him about 2, close to 3 yards to the 20, just past the 25. Long count for Owen. Quick throw out, underthrown, intended for number 8. Garrett Finch, 3rd down and 8 for Gladstone. And whistles and another injured player for Gladstone, big number 59. Christian Sanchez Lopez, 5'10", 210-pound junior offensive lineman. Setting up, trying to stretch out, looks like his right leg.
Pretty nice crowd here on a Friday night, on Labor Day weekend, the first Friday night of the meteorological fall season. It's still summer around here, but it's just great to have fall football back in Oregon. In case you're just joining us, nice. It's 70 degrees out here in western Washington County, and young man from Gladstone being helped off the field. Looks like he's walking off under his own power, but with some assistance.
Actually, he's not walking at all. He's being carried off the field.
Yeah, he is.
No ambulance tonight. Hopefully not too serious of an injury for the Gladiator lineman. 5:22 left in the third quarter. 3rd down and about 8 for Gladstone. Big opportunity for the Braves defense. Owen from the near hash mark. Low snap, and his knee went down, and now they're going to blow it dead, and it's going to be 4th down Gladstone.
Yeah, the Braves Rooter section over here, they were about ready to come beside themselves, wondering why that wasn't called down. But
fans, I think, made the call that time for the officials.
Yeah, exactly. I think they heard Braves Nation up here.
So 4th. I don't see the down. Oh, okay, all the way back to the 22-yard line. So 4th and 13 for Gladstone. Flippin, a good opportunity for a return here at his own 45. Would not have to go far to take a second return to the house.
Nice kick.
He takes it from about the 43, and he's met immediately. Nice job by the special teams that time of Gladstone. And Jamar's actually going to lose a couple yards on the return.
Yeah, great coverage that time for Gladstone, being right there. And of course, that kick was great to help with them get downfield. Nice high kick, just almost the perfect kind of kick you want to see.
So 1st and 10 for the Braves on their second drive of the second half. Just under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Ball at the 41. Haven't talked much about college football yet this broadcast, Jonathan. Oregon and Oregon State both in action tomorrow. Oregon a 20.5-point favorite at home over Fresno State. Oregon State have not seen a line on their contest against Purdue at the Boilermakers.
Portland State in action tomorrow. Great chance to pick up a win at Hawaii.
Goebel, high snap, and a flag on the play. Pass is caught by Hunter Smith, but ball comes out late. He gets back on it, but Gladstone's saying they have it, but a flag on the play.
See where the officials are going to spot that and give it to. Looks like they're saying
it will be Braves football, but is there another false start? False start against the Braves. Well, it's been that kind of night. I think we've had more penalties thrown than we've had points scored, but again, a young line.
First game of the season, you know, you're readjusting, and with the line, with inexperienced line, everything. I mean, things to be, you know, certainly things to work on. I mean, you'll take the good with the bad there a little bit. I mean, you're up 15-0, you know, late in the third quarter, but certainly like to, I mean, definitely you want to clear those things up before next week.
3:47 left, 15-0 Braves, third quarter. Coble ball on the right hash mark to the far side. Looks, throws, pass. No flag thrown.
Yeah, Dylan wanted a flag
Aaron
right there.
Brown, the intended receiver, and hit in the back as the ball got there.
Yeah, he called immediately for the flag, did Brown there, and I was waiting for it as well. I mean, the defender was like right there in his back.
It's kind of a bang-bang play, whether or not the defender got there before the ball. Very close. Fans definitely wanted it.
Yeah, fans are really jacking up right now.
Second down and 10, 3:30, or second down and 15 after the false start from the 36.
Chuck White split out wide to the left again.
Goebel looking, has time, throws, passes, caught! Oh, another flag! Another flag on the play. Pass is caught for a first down, but again, another penalty.
It was thrown by, looked like thrown by the white hat that time, which usually indicates a hold. Just these little penalties can just, you know, particularly like that, where you finally move the football forward, then a penalty, and it brings it all back and quiets everything down.
So the Braves had a first down catch to Aaron Brown all the way up to the Gladstone 40. Now after another false start penalty, or was it a false start or a hold?
Looked like it was a hold, because that looked like a 10-yard. Hold is a 10-yard
Right.
penalty, so I think that was a hold.
So second down and about 25 for the Braves from their own 25-yard line. High snap to Goebel. Rolls left, looking, and now cuts back the other way. Still on his feet, and throws it downfield. Passes, caught by another flag.
Well, the Braves fans are cheering, so I think this one might go against Gladstone. Maybe a late hit against the quarterback.
Penalty indication is against the Gladiators, finally. Braves do pick up the first down on the pass play to Chuck White, all the way up again to the 40-yard line of Gladstone. But another penalty indicated against the Braves. Are they calling illegal receiver? He patted the top of his head. Yeah, it's flag against the Braves. Initially, he called it against Gladstone. So another 5-yard penalty for the Braves. 2nd down and 30 from the 20-yard line. 3:06 to go in the third quarter.
I think it's illegal formation.
High snap, gives it to Flippin. Has a little bit of room initially and then brought down as he crosses the 20 for a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. .240 to go in the third quarter. The last points to be scored were both field goals by Wyatt Hesselman. 26-yarder in the second quarter and a 40-yarder earlier in this third quarter.
Braves with a lot of real estate to get. They need to get to the 49 to get a first down.
3rd down and 28 from the 23. And Goebel bobbles the snap, gets it out to number 24. Has some room near side, flips back across the 40, back to the original line of scrimmage. Number 24 for the Braves, Justin Walters. First time he's carried the ball tonight, but Braves still in a 4th down and long situation, 4th and 10, and still on their side of the field. Hesselman looks like he's going to come in to kick it away.
Well, again, you go back to it. It's these penalties that are just, they go forward 10 yards, then they go back, 5 yards or 20 yards, go back 10 yards. Clean up those penalties.
Every play on that drive, they had a catch for a first down, and after every catch, it was brought back due to a procedural issue. So Hesselman standing back around his own 25, gets the kick away. Not a very good kick, but will be downed up at around the 35 of Gladstone. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Banks 15, Gladstone nothing.
58.2 seconds to go in this third quarter.
Coming up at the completion of tonight's contest, we'll have the Oregon National Guard hero of the game. Right now, a couple of players in contention for that. Wyatt Hesselman with his 2 field goals tonight. Also, Chuck White with a couple of big catches in the second quarter. First and 10 Gladiators from their own 36, 58 seconds to go in the third quarter. 15-0 Banks. Braves bench, imploring the Braves fans to get on their feet. And Owen gives it off the left side to Breck Beal. Not much there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and long. And really, it's been the Braves' defensive line, I think, that have kept Gladstone from honestly running away with it, especially in the first half.
Yeah, you talk about controlling the line of scrimmage, winning that role right there, and neither offensive line has really hold their own. It's been the defensive line of Banks, like you said, that has been holding it right there. bending a little bit right there, but, bend don't break. They're not breaking. I think that might be the last play of the third quarter.
Again, the give to Breck Beal. It'll be third down and about 3 as we end the third quarter. Both teams look content to let the clock run out as the third quarter expires after 3. It's Banks 15, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the fourth quarter after this.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your bank's Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
And we're back, start of the fourth quarter, 15-0 Braves. Both teams are still set in their huddle for the end of the quarter timeout. So Jamar flipping a 70-yard kickoff return early in the first quarter after Gladstone was forced to punt on their opening drive. A safety on a snap out of the back of the end zone for Gladstone made the score 9-0 to end the quarter. Second quarter, Wyatt Hesselman added a 26-yard field goal to make the score 12-0 at halftime. Wyatt added a 40-yard field goal that just made it across over the crossbar to make the score 15-0 as we head to the fourth. Third down and a 4. Big play to start the fourth quarter. The give to Breck Beal, and he's going to have the first down after he gets a big push. Helmet came off from Breck Beal. He's going to have to come out for a play. Nani will come in to replace him. First and 10 Gladstone from their own 48. Owen, quick snap out. Ball dropped, incomplete. I think it was underthrown, intended for number 8. Garrett Finch. Second down and 10 from the Gladstone 48. Gladiators with the football. Braves a 15-0 lead. Owen with three receivers set, 2 in tight to the near side. Pass is overthrown, intended for Finch. Incomplete. Will bring up third down and 10.
Yeah, good coverage by the safety. Jamar coming over there to be on the coverage there. Jamar flipping, hustling over. Talk about quickness and speed. I mean, Banks has it too with your safety valve flipping back there.
Third down and 10. 11 and a half minutes left in the game.
Banks players urging their faithful to come on.
Brady Owen out of shotgun, straight drop, rolls to his right, looking, now looks to throw back across, flag on the play, and throws downfield, has a receiver wide open, number 4. It's enough for a first down, but a flag back.
It's likely coming back. It's usually an area of a hold.
Behind the line of scrimmage, I think it was, where he was, the area where he was in the pocket. Holding against Gladstone, so that will negate the first down pass play.
Turnabout's fair play right there. That's been happening to Banks, and Gladstone gets a first down, and it happens to them as well.
Cole Linehan very quickly says move them back, and it'll be
So I guess you could say this, the officials are calling it both ways. Is it wrong? Is it right? We don't know, but at least they're calling it on both sides, and that's all you can hope for.
Now they're going to mark it all the way back. 10 yards from the flag, so all the way back to the 35. So 3rd down and 23. Need to get 15 to the 50 and another 8 to the 42. Owen looks to throw, scrambles, rolls left. Another flag, throws downfield again. Pass is overthrown. Incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down. I'm sure whatever the penalty is, the Braves will again decline and force Gladstone to punt. It's like the indication is, sorry, Jonathan, like an indication of a face mask.
Great coverage again that time by the defensive back for Banks, as they've been put to work a lot tonight, and so far they've been stepping up. There's been a couple of times they've let passes get by, but not too many times.
They had a couple of plays early where they let Breck Beal get some big runs, but since then they've been able to figure things out. Now it's kind of hard to figure out because normally, especially at this level, you have both defense and offensive line are usually the same players, so I'm not sure what the mix-up is with the offensive side of the football.
Looked like that was the cornerback Jack Lyda that was on that wonderful coverage last pass.
So the indication is indeed a face mask.
Yeah, this second half, it seems like both teams going more backwards than they are forwards. Crowd getting a little anxious here.
11:08 to go in the game. Normally another 10 minutes and we would be headed out, as this kick is going to be out. It's going to be down around the 23-yard line of Banks, as Flippin is just going to let it die in the grass. 10:56 to go in the game. Braves a 15-0 lead. One more score the way these teams have been playing, and that may put it out of reach for Gladstone, but
already a 3-score lead for the Banks Braves right now, which, I mean, the way this game has gone, I mean, you've got to be happy with that and kind of a commanding lead. But you're right, you get another score, it's pretty much, it feels like even a field goal, it's the nail in the coffin right there.
Well, right now it's a full 2-possession lead of 15 with the two-point conversion. So, but the way both teams have been playing in the second half, overall yardage with the penalties, I'm sure both teams are in the negative. Goebel gives to Flippin, has some room up across the 25, close to the 30.
Jamar draws a host of defenders once again, but he just keeps those legs turning and just goes right through it for another 4 or 5 yards. And right now it's just about ground and pound. It's, keep the clock moving.
A gain of about 6. Original line of scrimmage, the 24, ball marked just inside the 30. Officials again examining the football.
Trips to the right for trips formation for Banks.
No ball boy this year for the Braves, which is odd. That's, I believe this is the first year in starting my 7th season that the Braves have not had a ball boy. I'm so old and I've been here so long, I can remember when Christian Lyda, defensive coordinator Steve Lyda's son, was actually the ball boy. Now he's quarterback number 2. Clock starts, 10.5 minutes left. They wind the clock to start, but it has not started yet. Starts on the snap of the ball. Quick toss out. And able to make a couple men miss and get some extra yards for a first down up past the 40. Nice movement that time by Jack Lyda to make a couple men miss with his footwork and get first down for the Braves and keep the possession and keep the clock moving. Mark the ball at the 42. No penalties so far on this drive for the Braves. So 9 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third for the Braves. We're in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes left. A little bit of a high snap. Goebel gets it out to Aaron Brown. Left flat far side, and not much there. Gets maybe 2 up close to the 45. It'll be second down and 8.
He got caught going east to west and went running instead of going north and south. Of course, defender right there, so kind of was trying to juke out of the way and reached a stalemate right there.
Braves are going to take their time getting to the line and using up as much of the play clock as they can with a 2-score lead. 9.5 minutes left, up 15-0. Goebel, quick snap, give to Jamar, and again, not much there. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. May have lost a yard.
Yeah, another whole host of that defensive line. 7 guys in the box right there. That 4-3 defensive front for Gladstone, and they were right there to beat him. But that's the bad, but the good is you keep the ball on the ground, you keep the clock running, but you got to go forward.
So a loss of about half a yard under 9 minutes.
Trying to get the wave going here at Kelly Field. Fire up the charges.
Goebel, third down and 9. Has all kinds of time. Back in the pocket. Thrown, caught. Hunter Smith, big hole. Up the middle, spins, gets another couple of extra yards, brought down inside the 30.
Hunter came right over the middle that time. He was wide open, right where the defense wasn't, and that is perfect. That's what they're getting times like that tonight when they can exploit where the defense's weakness is, and that time Hunter did a great job of recognizing that, getting in the middle, and then Goebel connected him as well, and first down, and here we go. New set of downs, 8:18 to go. You can work the clock a little bit more.
First and 10 from the 30 after the pass play to Hunter Smith. Been a little bit of a surprise go-to guy tonight as a wide receiver for the Braves. Chuck White has had his catches, but give to Jamar, and he's got a big hole, and just hold on to the football. Finally brought down inside the 10.
Well, that time, he just kind of the same hole he's been going through the whole night, and see, you just got that first down, and it broke the defense back, and then they go right to Jamar, and he just exploits the hole. He gets up there, and when he sees a hole, he busts right through it quickly. He's like, Jamar with Oregon State last year. He sees a hole, he gets right through it, and he bursts through it quickly.
First and goal from the 10. Looks like the Braves' offensive line is finally maybe starting to gel here midway through the fourth. Goebel. With Flippin beside him, and this time it's going to he gets away, still looking, throws late, and is it caught in the end zone to Chuck White? Yes! Touchdown, Banks Braves. The escapability of Cooper Goebel, we talked about his quickness and his height, and that time just able to slip through a couple of tackles and create some extra time. Found Chuck White in the front right corner of the end zone, nearly screened out by the light pole, but that may be enough to do it finally for the Braves. 7:06 left, puts them up 3 scores. We'll see if they go for 1 or 2. Either way, we're going to have an odd score, either 22 or 23, because of the safety. Braves line up like they're going to go for 2. Hesselman is not on to attempt the extra point. High snap, Goebel rolling right, still looking, throws late, incomplete, intended for number 18. Cade Long. But with 7:06 to go in the fourth quarter, Braves may have just enough to do it now. 21-0 left in the contest. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Wanna Credit Union.
To complement your summer fun, Wanna Credit Union is providing rates as low as 2.49% on motorhomes, travel trailers, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. Get more from your summer with a purchase or refinance through Wanna Credit Union, or visit wanna.fcu.org to get started today. Some restrictions apply. Rates are subject to change. Rates and terms based on applicant's creditworthiness and term of loan. Membership required. Federally insured by the NCUA.
And we're back, 7:06 to go in the game. Chuck White, a 10-yard pass reception from Cooper Goebel after Coop looked like he was going to be brought down about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, able to escape and get over near his own sideline and find Chuck White in the right front corner of the end zone on the south end of the field for the 10-yard touchdown reception to make the score 21-0 with 7:06 left. I believe that's the first offensive touchdown of the game.
It is the first offensive touchdown of the season and game for both teams.
Hesselman's boot is away, and it's going to be Nani at about the 15. Nani cuts across to the far side and spins and brought down short of the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 Gladstone, just under 7 minutes left. And expect the Gladiators to go to the air here down 3 scores. .6:58 to go. Gladstone with the football, down 21-0. Expect the Gladiators to air it out here to try to score quickly and get back in this contest. It will be a test for the Braves secondary, but Jamar Flippin, the lone safety. Whistles and another false start against Gladstone. Breck Beal and now the rest of the Gladstone offense backs up. So issues for both teams early, getting in sync with their quarterbacks' calls. First and 15 from the 18. It might be close to 10 o'clock before this game gets over. Give to Breck Beal. No, he's going to keep it and look way downfield. And, nearly coming back to make an incredible catch from his backside was Daves at midfield. But once he slipped and fell, it was too high, and then it bounced. Jamar Flippin was back there, but again, another opportunity for Gladstone missed.
And Aaron Brown and Jamar Flippin also both back there depending on the play. Jamar was back on the safety, and Aaron was in front, kind of boxed him in.
Give to Breck Beal, and he's got a little bit of room, and finally, I forgot about the 5-yard penalty. He's going to get a good gain and get past the original line of scrimmage up close to the 25 and a late flag. It may be against Christian Lyda coming in defensively for the Braves, getting a pat on the back, and maybe something said after the play. Definitely do not want to give Gladstone extra yards here, and Banks is starting to back up.
Officials are still sorting it out. They're talking amongst each other.
They're going to pick up. They're picking up the flag.
No flag.
So my apologies to Christian. They were patting him on the back, encouraging him like they thought he had cost the team some yards. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 from the 25. Need to get to the 3rd down and 8 from the 25. Need to get to the 33. Big play for Gladstone, nearing 6 minutes left, down 21-0. Owen looks to throw, pass deep over the middle, and pass thrown short.
Actually, Banks Braves defender was the only one closest to the ball, but it was still short of him.
Intended for number 13, Daves on the far side. And here's the ball game, 4th and 7 from your own. Well, looks like they're going to punt. If I'm Gladstone, I go for it here, despite where the ball is, because you're running out of time.
Watch for the fake. They might have a fake plan going in here.
Well, they do kick it away, and it's going to be a short kick. It's going to bounce at midfield and take a Braves bounce about a yard back towards the Gladstone end zone. So with 5:54 left, Banks 21, Gladstone nothing. Expect the Braves to keep it on the ground the rest of the way, and a big dose of Jamar Flippin and get that offensive line some more experience and just run out the clock for the final 6 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, it's churn out the clock here, but it's going to be about ball possession, field position, only throw if you need to, but it's pretty much just going to be Jamar Flippin show right now. Pad the stats and run down that clock with under 6 minutes to go.
5:54 left. Braves with the football after the punt from Gladstone. Pass to Flippin out of the backfield, and he's going to lose yards. Back to the 45 of Gladstone. I think they'll give him forward progress to the 47, but it's still going to be a loss back into Gladstone territory. We're back into Braves territory.
Yeah, that's always a risky run right there when you run the little screen play like that. Is with a quick defense like Gladstone has, they're right there, Johnny, on the spot, so you end up losing yards and gaining it.
So 2nd and 15 from the 46 of the Braves. Need to get to the Gladstone 39 for a first down.
Still a little bit of showing a little unconfidence in that O-line blocking.
Kind of an awkward snap. Pass is bobbled, nearly caught, and then dropped by Aaron Brown at the 45.
He's had a hard time hanging on to the football today, but some of those passes are a little bit rushed a little bit because of, not having time to really set up and get going. Like Cooper
because of the offensive line issues.
Right.
3rd down and 15, under 5 minutes left, 21-0 Braves lead.
Definitely some things to work on going into practice this week with the offensive line and but this is important game film for them. They'll watch the film and be able to, the great coaching staff that'll be able to work with these young men and get them up to speed. Teachable moments, as they say.
So a big play for the Gladstone defense if they can come up with a stop. And fake the gift to Flippin. Pass caught, Charlie White. First down and more all the way. Pass still on his feet. Finally brought down around the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Braves, and that may do it with 4:46 left.
Well, Coach Linehan said in the ball camp, he said that Charlie is a guy, or Chuck is a guy that you can throw him the ball and he's just going to carry it 30 yards down the field. Case in point, we just saw it. He caught the ball about 10, 15 yards, literally drug defenders down the field for about 20 more yards. That is Chuck White.
They'll mark it at the 16. First and 10 Braves from inside the red zone. We have a whistle and a timeout, Gladstone. 4:28 left. We'll take it. Banks 21, Gladstone nothing. Braves about to put this one to bed after a rough start to the game. Finally starting to put some things together offensively here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this Terry Powell American Family Insurance timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
And we're back after the Gladstone timeout. 4:28 left. Braves a 21-0 lead. And the give to Flippin, makes a couple of moves and gets brought down inside the 15. It'll be second down. Gain of about 4 to the .13. Clock continues to move. Under 4 minutes, 21-0 Braves lead. Wow. Throw to Chuck White, passes! Incomplete, late on the indication. It'll be third down and 6. Jonathan has an update from the Philomath Valley Catholic game.
Final score from Valiant Stadium in Beaverton. It was Philomath 52, Valley Catholic nothing.
So looks like Valley Catholic's woes continue even with a new head coach still early in the season. If you don't get the first down here, do you give Wyatt Hesselman a chance to get his third field goal of the night?
It's a tough call. I mean, maybe just run it with Flippin.
Goebel looks to throw. Pass is knocked down by number 8, Garrett Finch, near the goal line.
Looks like we're going to see if they're going to go to Wyatt Hesselman here. Or go, but it looks like they're going to.
Hesselman's coming in.
Yep.
Wyatt Hesselman will attempt his third field goal of the night with 3:37 left. Ball, it looks like it's going to be marked at the 14.
Right hash mark.
Ball on the right hash mark would be a. Kick will be attempted from the 20, would be a 30-yard field goal. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is just inside the left upright. Wyatt Hesselman, 9 points tonight, 3 for 3, 26, 40, and 30 yards. Makes the score 24-0 Braves with 3:37 left to go in the contest. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from LaHaye.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets. Custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back 24-0, 3:37 left. Wyatt Hesselman, a 30-yard field goal. Still just a 3-score game, though, with the 2-point conversion.
Hasn't been a scoring fest, a high-scoring fest, as Banks has been accustomed to over the last couple of games, but pitching a shutout right now. Defensive line has stepped up, doing their thing, and special teams was big early on. And talk about special teams, Wyatt Hesselman, got to be special teams. If there ever was a special teams player of the week in the league or in the state, Wyatt Hesselman is putting his name on the map right now, and there better be some college coaches that start sending him some letters.
Squib kick down the center of the field and dropped and then regathered by Nani and brought down far side around the 20-yard line. A late flag comes in from way behind the play.
Preliminary indications say Gladstone, but we'll see what the officials say.
Running up near midfield. (24-0) Braves, 3:24 left. Estacada next week. Last score we had, Estacada was up big on that contest, 31-0 in the first half. Penalty appears to be on the Gladiators. Braves pitching a shutout. Fans starting to hold them to it. Hoping the Braves can keep Gladstone off the board.
The chain gang getting the chain set here for Gladstone. 3:24 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Owen with Breck Beal, gives it to, no, he fakes it and is rolling left, throws downfield and to nobody, threw it to an open area. I think a little miscommunication there on the route that time. Finch and another wide receiver we have not called much tonight, number 9, Hayden Smith, both in the area, but that's kind of a loose term we use, area, 5 yards at least from the nearest possible receiver.
Yeah, the closest player that had a beat on that ball, and he was about 10 yards away, 5-10 yards away, was Jamar Flippin.
Completion stops the clock, 3:17 left, 24-0. Give to Breck Beal, and he's going to lose yards back behind the 25.
Another credit to the defensive line. They've been right there all night long, and that time it was big old number 52 in there for the Banks Braves. Brayton Ball, among others. Brayton Ball, he's one of the leaders of the O-line and defensive line.
3:04 left. Third down and long for Gladstone from their own 22-yard line. Or, correction, 32. Need to get up past the 45 for a first down. The give to Breckbeal. Gets past, or about to the original line of scrimmage, but it'll be fourth down. And Gladstone will go for it. Fourth and about 9.5 from the 37-yard line. And Gladstone kicks it away. Jamar lets it bounce and just will get away from it, and it's going to die at about the 33-yard line. 1:39 left. Just a couple of handoffs left for Jamar, and that should do it. 1:39 left in the game. 24-0 Braves. Banks will improve to 28-3 since 2018. High snap, but Christian Lida now in a quarterback is going to keep it off the far side and gets about 2 or 3 yards before taking it out of bounds. Second down and 8 stops. It looked like he ran out of bounds, but the clock is still moving.
A lot to work on next week in practice for both teams. Gladstone, they're going to return home, have their home opener next week. And then big trip in 2 weeks for them. They go to Marist in Eugene.
Gladstone playing Astoria next week. Look out for the Fishermen. That could be a team to contend in District 1. High snap. Lida able to break it to bring it down. Gets away for a moment, but is going to get sacked a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and long. And one more snap, and that should do it. Clock under 40 seconds. 24-0 Braves will pick up a victory at home to open the season against Gladstone.
Banks just taking their time, just kind of I think they're just letting the clock go out. They're just kind of going slowly.
This will be the final play if they get it off. Under 10 seconds. And a nice run to finish the game for a first down, but that'll do it as number 24, Justin Walters, picks up a gain of about 20 up to midfield. Final score, Banks 24, Gladstone nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with our final segment for the post game. You're listening to Banks Braves football. Final score, Banks 24, Gladstone nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets. custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back. Final score, Banks 24, Gladstone nothing. And it definitely wasn't easy and wasn't the type of offense we're used to seeing from the Banks Braves. But Jamar Flippin got the scoring opened first with a 70-yard punt return after Gladstone's opening drive went for naught, as Jamar put the Braves up 7-0, and then Gladstone got the ball back and had a snap out of the back of their own end zone to give the Braves a 9-0 lead after the first quarter. Colton Hesselman, 3 field goals tonight. His first came on a 26-yarder in the second quarter to put the Braves up 12-0, which I think was the score at half. Yeah, 12-0 was the score at halftime.
Yeah, that's right. 12-0 was the score at halftime, and then he made it 15-0.
Made it 15-0 on a 30-yarder in the third quarter.
40-yarder.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the ball was placed at the 30, but 40-yarder with the end zone. And then Chuck White scored the only offensive touchdown of the game, a 10-yard pass reception from Cooper Goebel to make the score 20. 21-0. It was 15-0 at that point, and then Cooper Goebel, or Wyatt Hesselman, added his third field goal of the night. One of those two was 30 and the other 40, but our Oregon National Guard hero of the game would have to be Wyatt Hesselman. 3 field goals, 26, 30, and 40 for 9 of the Braves' 24 points tonight. And Jonathan, Braves are definitely going to have to improve on that line before next week's contest at Estacada.
Still a question for this team going forward, and it's going to have to get better. I mean, but you know what? One bright spot you take away is Gladstone is not a slouch team. I mean, many thought that they're going to be in line to win their conference. Estacada is in that conference, and we're going to see another tough team who thinks that they deserve to play in the state championship game as well. So Braves are going to be tested, but hey, step 1 is in the books. They win. They shut out a very good Gladstone team who did come in on the road, but no one's going to make excuses. This is a game that, Gladstone probably should have scored a lot more points. Maybe it would have been a lot closer, but you'll take the shutout 24-0, but definitely need to go back and watch some good game film. This is what this game is going to do for you. And you know what? Really, well, I guess they did get a scrimmage in last Friday, a jamboree last Friday when they went to Rex Putnam, did Banks. But really, they were supposed to have a jamboree, a little closer to home last Friday, and that didn't work out. So really first time to get in here and play. But hey, they get that game film. They'll get to go back and watch probably tomorrow or Sunday. They'll spend some time in the film room and dissecting this. Certainly the coaches will be doing that tonight. But, yeah, they got some things to work on with the offensive line. But, I think it's not like they're far off, the offensive line. They've got some great young men, some great players. But, it's just about getting them experience and protecting and knowing how to pick up the holes.
And defensive line also pitched a shutout tonight, holding Gladstone off the board. So that'll do it for us. We got to wrap things up and get stuff picked up. 24-0 the final score. Banks will be at Estacada next week. Banks improves to 28-3 since 2018. For Jonathan Lee, I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast on YouTube. We'll be back next week from Estacada again at 6:40. Thanks for listening, and good night.
Good luck.
Proud to broadcast high school athletics online from Portland's West Side. We are West Side Mobile Media, Banks, Oregon.
Banks Braves High School Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling. Brought to you by Andy McNabb Allstate, Banks Post Newspaper, Chris Ressick of Edward Jones Financial Forest Grove, EconoFab Pole Buildings, Jason Bond Remodeling, Jim's Market, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, LaHaye's Custom Embroidery of Hillsboro, Main Street Pizza, Northside Rock, Oregon Army National Guard, Oregon Coffee Roaster, Sarah Hesselman Keller Williams Realty, Scoggins Creek Coffee, Shannon Jennings Insurance, Specialty Screen Printing, Tenente's Pizza, Terry Powell American Family Insurance, and Wana Credit Union. Now here's the voice of Westside Mobile Media, Trevor Beard, alongside color analyst Jonathan Lee.